I hope you're gardening with me. Let me know how your lettuce and your radishes are doing. Let me know if your tomatoes have germinated. It's been just 15 days. The radishes are doing really well. The lettuce around the edge. Somebody snuck in some carrot seeds, and 3 of the 5 tomatoes have come up already. Our smaller container with just lettuce, it looks like we're starting to get some first true leaves coming on. Tomato, the temperature still hasn't been very warm, so he's growing slowly. But the carrots like the cool weather. And I told you when this got a little bigger, I'd show you what we're gonna do. I was just wondering how your container garden's doing. This lettuce we've let go to seed. Remember, we started with just one small container. We had a bunch of lettuce in that, and then we went ahead and planted it in here. Look at all those roots. Look at that. Just set that there. I'm gonna split this again. And I'm gonna take one part, and I'm gonna put right here. And just look at our tomato. We still have some pretty good little lettuce coming up. But if you look up here, this last batch of flowers didn't come on, or were eaten, or something. Now, we forced this to stay small by keeping it in this small container. But I've been coming out here and getting 1 or 2 tomatoes almost every day. Now, you know, we put 5 in this container when we started, and we transplanted a few of them. And this one we planted in the garden. I mean, I'm 6'4", and you can see the size difference in these 2 plants. And I've got flowers way up there. I got flowers here. We've got clusters of tomatoes all the way down. And I'm going to take those, and with that container in the garden, same as this one, I want to see if I can't get any more growth out of this, because these are really nice little tomatoes. We used this container to grow sugarcane last year. Got a bunch of seed about the size of this root ball. We've opened that up. I'm not taking it down to the bottom because I do want to have some soil underneath here. And I'm going to plant these both together. I'm going to try not to disturb the lettuce or the tomato. See if I can't do this. I think this is going to come out in one piece. But this is why, right here, this is why this tomato's not getting any bigger. It has no place for those roots to go. I'm just going to put that right down in there. And all that soil that we just moved out, snug in right up against here. And we're good to go. And this is why I want to repot that. It was a pretty good choice for this experiment. I'm glad we were able to bring some out here in the garden. Now, the one thing we hadn't really talked about is the actual size of your containers. If you want to grow a giant sunflower, you're not going to be able to use a 4-inch pot on your patio, I hate to say. If you got any space next to your patio and you can get a seed in the ground, chances are you're going to grow a pretty good sized sunflower. It's the same thing with your beans. You're probably not going to have a trellis that's going to be 7 foot tall off of your patio. But you can still put a trellis up and you can still have good green beans. And where I think cantaloupe does just fine, I don't think these giant monsters would do very good out of a container. But you definitely can grow mint out of a container, and these will come back year after year. The other ones of our favorites, our scorpion, our ghost, and our reaper peppers. Ooh, those are going to be hot little buggers. I think I got peppers on all of them. But these grow really, really well in a container. And these will overwinter really well when you bring them in. A green pepper that we started from seed. We've already taken 3 nice peppers off of there. We've got some chives going along with that. And just look at the peppers that are growing here. And we started this from seed this year. It's doing very well in this container. All I really wanted to do was transplant that tomato. And look at this. I'm going to have to come out here and do the hardest job you ever do in the deep mulch garden. And that's harvest. I got another one down in here. We got another one on the other side, or 2. I'm sorry, this started out as a container episode, and I just got stuff that needs to come in. 5 nice cucumbers, there's some small ones. There's some more that are gonna need to come in soon. Well, looks like we got a bunch of cowpeas that are ready to come off. Probably do that tomorrow. But I see something out here, and I don't know why, but hang on just a second. Little black diamond watermelon. I don't think it's probably ripe yet. Well, let's go get a knife. We might have watermelon. I'm telling you, the hardest thing you're ever going to do in a mixed mulch garden is harvest. Looks like we got a pumpkin starter right next to round 3 of the corn. But the black diamonds come on pretty fast. I just can't imagine this one's ripe yet. No, still white. I was gonna be shocked if this was gonna be ripe, but it was a volunteer. I didn't even plant this, so I'm not even sure how many days I'm supposed to wait. But since this was on the ground, I didn't want it to go to waste. I know something that's not gonna go to waste. These cucumbers, I want to tell you something about these cucumbers. Getting about this size, they do have some seeds in them, but you can scoop those out pretty easy, and it's got really nice flesh inside. You take that, and you take the flesh of one of these vine-ripe tomatoes, or to blush that's ripened on the counter. You mix that with some peppers and some parsley that you grew out of your garden, and some sliced onion, and a little vinaigrette, and I'm telling you, that is one fine addition to your dinner. Since this started off as a container episode, let's finish it off that way. And of course, the fresh parsley I was just talking about for our dinner. And our large leaf basil. If you remember, we took this container and took half of this out of here and put it in the garden. There was just a few little pieces left. This is coming on fine. I think this is our favorite container plant. Coneflower. You know, it is edible, and the butterflies just love it. So do the bees. Now, talking about all this, I've worked up quite a hunger. I'm gonna go on in the house and get something to eat. You can do this too. And remember, until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.